Hi folks, Andy here for the Elim Church in Harrogate. This is just a little message really to anyone who might have missed our communications or our emails, who's not heard yet. If you are a part of our church, if you're a friend of the church, if you're just somebody who's in the kind of local area and you are thinking about coming along to our church, you probably want to hear this. But in light of what's going on in the world with coronavirus, COVID-19, and particularly the government's actions on social distancing, asking us all to be responsible, to avoid gatherings, the decision has been made to suspend gatherings within the Elim Church for the foreseeable until we get different guidelines, basically until we're advised otherwise. This means that our Sunday morning service and the subsequent Sunday morning services won't be happening. We won't be meeting. The church building won't be open. This applies to the same if you're part of one of our Alpha course, our Youth Alpha, one of our house groups or something like that. If you're in any way connected to something that the church does where we meet together regularly, then those meetings just aren't going to be happening for a little while. They're suspended until we hear otherwise. This is it's a strange announcement to be making, but I'm sure you all understand what's going on and why these steps have been taken. I feel very fortunate to be part of the Elim movement. We're not an independent church, we're not on our own, we don't have to carry these decisions on our own. We're very fortunate to have a national leadership team. We've got a wonderful general superintendent, and these are the people who really have been sort of taking the weight of this the last couple of days, and they're the ones who have come to this decision for us to suspend our meetings. And I just want to say I'm really grateful that we have that I have that to fall back on and have these leaders looking over me as I try to look after some of the people in my church. It might sound like a fearful response, it might sound like a faithless response, but I really believe that this decision has been made out of love and not out of fear. It's because Elim value its members, Elim value you and your families, and we value you more than we value our own traditions and our own sense of religiosity, in that, we've always done this, and how dare we cancel the communion service. We love you, and we are to love one another as we love ourselves, and following these guidelines, taking these measures is a way to do that. So we really just hope that you understand that. I would ask you to be patient with me if you're in the church. I would ask you to be patient with me, with my fellow teammates, fellow leaders. I would ask that you pray for us. We've got some big conversations to have in the next few days. We've got some big decisions to make about pastoring. How do we continue to pastor the people in our church when we can't be with them? How do we continue to provide ministry and feed you and speak into your life and in the spiritual when we're not gathering? And how do we continue to fulfill our mission of making disciples and serving the world? The methods of how we have always done things, of how we do things, is going to change drastically. But our mission is going to stay the same: to serve this world, to serve Jesus Christ, and to make disciples and spread his gospel. And that's the mission, and that hasn't gone anywhere despite government guidelines. If you are listening to this and you are not part of our church, maybe you've never been to church, maybe you've just picked this up somewhere, I just want to say that our church building is closed, but the church isn't closed. The people of God aren't closed. We are very much open and ready for business. We might not be meeting together, but we are certainly still available. And if you pick this up and you're maybe on your own, maybe you're isolating, maybe you're sick, maybe you've got some issues, and you need some help, you need some support, just look at the email address that's here, get in touch, phone us, make contact somehow, and let us try to help you wherever you are. Our church building will be closed for a little while, but we are still very much open for business and looking to do our part. Thank you. Be safe, be good, and let's just all continue to pray that this is resolved quickly. Take care. God bless.